once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, this Sunday afternoon where I am truly feeling good. And so I want to settle in and thank all of you sincerely, all of you who already find your way here so consistently, right? The support, the love. This is what life is about, my friends. Welcome back to the show that never ends. We are so glad you could attend. Come inside, right? And let's see where this journey goes today. A greater life just beyond limitations. That's the stream title. And I'm starting just a little bit early. But in line with the thumbnail today, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I'm grateful for all of those things, right? I'm grateful for the strength that can be found. I'm grateful for the love that I've discovered. and I'm truly grateful that I found a way to make peace in my mind, right? To surrender my battles. So happy Sunday to us all, sincerely to the early gatherers, right? I'm grateful you're finding your way here for sure. Because, yeah, everything's coming together, guys. That's what I want to share. I went to church earlier today, and since the live stream yesterday, I've had some contemplative thoughts, right? Reflecting on observations and experiences, and then some of the things I've learned. Oh my goodness, I found within me this peace that I'm offering, hoping you can find with me. That's what we're here for. USAPE, yes, I did check out fulldisclosureact.com. Let's bounce over there. As a matter of fact, just pulled up. Oh man, I've ruined the surprise. Well, for those, you know what, the surprise out of the bag. Happy birthday, President Trump. Let it be said, I'm not a bitter man. I got faith he can do a better job. And so today, having a little fun. Maybe we'll swing back to that, but more realistically, in line with where my heart is at. The spirit of fear is losing. A new era begins. And in the background is this reminder that I want to share. I'm finding this confirmation in myself. It's true. When God is all you have, blind faith is the profound decision to trust his presence and promises despite not knowing the outcome. Not knowing the outcome can bring up a lot of anxiousness and nervousness, a lot of reasons to be afraid. But the spirit of fear is losing here on earth. I know it has no more power over me. And overcoming fear, each of us is on this individual path, right? Overcoming fears is an individual journey, but it's also a collective path. I believe that was foretold in the scriptures, in the Bible, and the traditions, right? And the truth of what religion was supposed to show. It's coming together, brothers and sisters. We're here to overcome fear. Fear not. Let fear not control you. Let love be with you. As we face and overcome fears, right, what happens in our lives is it opens space, because the fear is usually a limitation, something we'll run from or avoid. But that doesn't work. Never worked in my life, at least. No point in running from what you're afraid of. You may as well face the fear so you don't have to run. right? So you can be at peace. And I have a theory too that if we, because each of us individually, from our backgrounds and our childhoods and the generational patterns that influenced us as we were growing up, each of us within us has these individual fears, insecurities, things that make us feel less than whole, less than strong, less than capable. And every one of us is unique. Sometimes we don't realize our fear until it's faced, but that's the lesson I want to share. What I theorize is if you fail to face the fears within you, you will face it in your life outside of you. My greatest fears happened to me. What I thought were my greatest fears happened to me, right? Separated from my child, separated from my career, separated from my purpose. I was lost. Hank, brother, sincerely, thank you. I am so grateful you are in and on this journey with me, my brother. I'm so glad we found each other, Hank. You're definitely a generous man, and you continue sharing with me. Thank you. And from Proverbs, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's how you know a fool. A fool will reject the truth. And hello, have you seen our political nonsense, the foolishness that's undeniable? It's right in front of everyone who sees it. A greater life is just beyond past limitations. Let me get back to some of these ideas. One of the things I'm working to resolve with me, but I think I found clarity, is my experience in education, studying goals, achievement, success, leadership, those types of worldly qualities. It all comes back to Jesus. It really does. And Jesus goes back to God. What I was reminded of yesterday is to trust in God. And that can be challenging at times, right? Because what are you trusting in God for? You're trusting in God for everything. And what I mean by this is, for those who know me, you know I've got some goals that are a little bit bigger than me, right? A little bit bigger than a lot of people might have jumped to. But this is just a progression of me. This is what I'm learning to accept and trust, is that God is with me. And my purpose here is to be. See, and with the idea of goals, what are you doing with goals? You're focused on becoming. And we don't know what we're going to become until we surrender to discover the outcome. At least that's been the lesson for me again. Mariah, blessings to you. Thank you. This is my prayer, is to be a messenger of love, because for many of my years in the past, I didn't show it. I didn't live it. I didn't walk it. And I missed out, and the people around me missed out on this version of me that I'm offering. And eventually, AJC Moss, eventually I won't be such a long-haired hippie freak. Maybe I'll clean up sometime. But, when that time happens, I don't know. Right now, I'm pretty comfortable in my skin, my costume. It feels all right. It gets a little hot sometimes, but, praise God. Praise God. So Isaiah 41:10. Thank you, Chatter King. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. It's tough to believe sometimes. Okay. And even if you trust, what does that mean? What do you prepare for if you're trusting. These are things we all got to figure out in ourselves. But a couple of things. I was asked earlier about I was asked earlier about that website, fulldisclosureact.com. In the description, this is today's live stream. In the description is links. veteransforpeace.org, World Week Beyond War, Code Pink, About Face Veterans, transparency.org, fulldisclosureact.com, Food Not Bonds, right? There's a lot of activity and a lot of folks out there that are aligned with what we're discussing here, just in different ways. Hey, one big pond, blessings for that. And Jesus Pantheon, thank you. Blessings to you. I appreciate you. And you're only lost until you're found. To find yourself, you must accept yourself. You simply must know where you are. And when you know that you are safe and loved, deep loved, right? You are a treasure in the mind of God is what I've come to, right? Everything is. For God knows where we are. It's we who become lost. We become confused through our guilt, through our shame. And it's so simple and obvious. When you watch people, you can see people who are carrying guilt and shame. They carry a lot of cruelty. That's what this world has conditioned and shown a lot of people. And people become what they see. So I've been trying not to judge people who come across so cruel, so arrogantly. But Imperious, for you as well, man. You're considering continuing support and generosity as well. Big goals for Jack's Big Peen. Peace and Jack. Well, by God's grace, I do feel prepared, guys. I really do. This was one of the things I wrote, one of my notes that I've been meditating on and that I was really considering at church service this morning. And it's in line with focus on being, surrender to being, let go of becoming, right? Let go of became, let go of the past, let go of the future, to just be with perfect trust. What would perfect trust mean, or what could perfect trust feel like if everything was okay? Not just everything was okay, but everything was good. Not just that everything was good, but things were being arranged so perfectly that great is the natural outcome. Because if you can find that mindset within you, then that peace beyond understanding, that knowing that's with you, can stay with you beyond any doubts, beyond any insecurities. You can just be with perfect trust. To be honest, as I'm saying these words and hearing myself say these words, I do believe that this may be my next personal goal, is integrating and seeking to embody perfect trust. What does that mean to me? It means to live without fear, for sure. And finding Gnosis, you as well, my brother, not only so supportive online, but continuing generosity as well. Through him, in him, with him, in the unity of our Holy Father, we gather today to lift up everyone for better times ahead. Amen. Better times ahead, especially when we put our heads together with that purpose. We put our hearts together with that purpose, better times, greater times. Breaking free is what we do. Mariah, blessings to you. You truly are welcome here. Thank you, sincerely. And I've got the link ready. I'm going to drop it soon. We've got got things happening here. Trust in Jack. I used to behave like a hammer, right? I just wanted to pound everything into rightness, right? Not physically. I stopped doing that. Overcame puberty, maybe. But anyway, personhood over dogma. Sincerely, thank you to you as well. Holy cows. Philippians 4:6-7. Shameless plug. Oh, beautiful. We'll be on Objective Ethics Wednesday. Tune in to find out how to help put pressure on corporations to protect children and stop profiting off of harm. Happy Sunday, y'all. Amen. Wednesday. Do I still have Objective Ethics? Hold up. Here, tell you what. We'll make sure and get that in the here. Please. Thank you sincerely. And please share the link if it's already available. Reminders are helpful for me for sure. Hey, Alyssa, I truly appreciate you too. Everyone. Okay, and Fatima, God bless you. I am so glad you're here too. Sincerely. I am bound and determined to overcome the opinions of my critics, and you've been a faithful one recently, and I genuinely, truly appreciate you, Fatima. Or if I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. Fatima? Traditional Rose, blessings to you as well. Let me get back to some of these ideas, and I'll drop the link soon, and we'll get this thing flowing. Yesterday, let me point out as well, for those who tuned into the live stream, I paid attention to a couple of things. And one of the things that stood out for me was a reminder from our friend, Get More Nature. Not only do we want to overcome our impulses, right, to do wrong, to lash out, to react, to be cruel, not only do we want to overcome those impulses, we want to overcome the thoughts and the beliefs that convince us to think that that's okay. It's not okay to be cruel. It's not really okay to overreact, to lose control. And there's plenty of examples of me and my lessons, right? Online, God has been using me. Praise God indeed. Thank you. I am faithfully confident that this is what God is doing. God is raising up you and me and all others like us for the purposes of a greater kingdom here on earth. Can you feel comfortable and maybe even a little bit humbly pride about being able to play a part, a safe part in this crazy, confusing, confused, dark world? If you can feel comfortable with your part in the world, in your life, you can feel good about who you are. The two go together. The better you can feel about who you are, the more comfort you walk in the world. The world we've been given, it's an inner game. To win, give yourself to God. Stop regretting what you became. Stop being over prideful for what you think you are. Stop being afraid of what might happen or what you might become. If you can find love in just being, grounded here in this present moment, let it be a start and stay there, grounded in love from now on. And do what is right in your heart. Listen to the spirit of holiness, right? Allow that holiness to be you, to be with you. Settling into you means feeling within you, searching within you with your awareness, your intelligence. You go within your physical body and your energetic body, and you can feel whatever you feel. But if you go within you in stillness, seeking the stillness, nothing more than the stillness, right? Nothing more than the silence, allowing the thoughts to be, allowing the sound to be, the world is moving perfectly. And just if you go within and you sense and you feel for God's holy presence within you. And you might find more than you knew. That happened with me in different ways. And this is the conclusion I've come to, right? So if you go within and you can sense and you can feel and you can become intimate and united with that sense of God's presence, God's holiness within you, it can become you. And then you don't have to conform to a world where everyone's a sinner. You conform you to that which is holy and authentic and true. Nothing more and nothing less. And when you do that, you surrender into being with love, because in the absence of anything that's not love, you are left with this love, and love has so many depths. I mean, there's no limits to love and the experience with love as far as I can hear or tell. So if you can consider and find a bit of holiness within you, then recognize that holiness is from the highest source of you. The highest self of you is holy and divine, united with Christ, united with God, united with nature. It's flawless and perfect, innocent and pure, uncorrupted, undefiled. So if you can find a connection within you to that holiness, know that God's holiness is that which brings the wholeness, right? Through God's love, you are whole. Through love, you are whole. You're not fractured. You're with a relationship that's goodness, right? So the holiness and the wholeness of God, it's not like us where we get torn apart and we're pulled in so many different ways. God ain't like that. Don't think like that. I mean, God's with you just as much as God's with me, because anywhere God is the fullness of God. You can trust in that. With perfect trust, for sure. Because all perfect comes from God. So why not be with God and strive for perfect trust, perfect faith, perfect love? How about perfectly honest? Nothing prevents any of us from becoming perfectly honest with ourselves and with each other. Nothing. Nothing but excuses. So if you give power to excuses, you give power to lies. I give power to truth. And something I was considering earlier today with this image and vision of a revival, a spiritual revival that's happening here on earth. There's many variables involved, of course. But there is an awakening. People are awakening, finding themselves aware of greater possibilities, greater truth, greater corruption, greater problems, right? This is a natural occurrence in life. When we give life to the darkness, darkness can take a life on its own. And that's what's happened in the corruption between tribes and religions and states and all this nonsense of the past. Praise God. Alyssa, thank you sincerely. The generosity and contributions are very helpful, I assure you. And this is my hope and prayer that by me doing the work in me, that maybe I can be an example for others. And that's all that people really need. All that we really need is a confirmation in our mind and our hearts that something is possible. And if we can truly see and believe that something is possible for someone else, then hell, why not? It's possible for you. It's possible for everyone. Anything that any man can do, any man can do in their own ways. And that's a glorious part of this life, sincerely. Where's I going? Thank you. Thank you to all of you. One of the songs from church today was along the lines of "One day the world shall know." One day the world shall know. And that is perfectly in line with scripture from what I can remember. But if I'm wrong, please, I invite education. Nothing that was hidden shall remain hidden. All shall see the truth. That seems to be the path of consciousness and awakening. The path of enlightening. Enlightenment means, well, it means many different things, but I truly do believe that God's plan is, from the beginning was God, at the end was God, and God allowed us to do what we wanted for a few generations or a few thousand years. Who knows what's really before we were born? All we know is what the world told us, right? But I truly believe that the logical progression of the development of intelligence and consciousness, eventually mankind overcomes the juvenile, selfish, stupid behavior of wars and exploitation. And so through this time, the generation that you are and I am and, everyone else, the revelation is happening, the revelation of the apocalyptic truth, the truth that people don't want to accept but can no longer deny. For the truth is, through God's grace and will, the world shall know God's glory. The world shall know God's glory when the secrets and the lies have ended, when the truth reigns supreme, and people all around the world, regardless of gender, race, color, language, tradition, where people all around the world, individually and collectively, are united with love and compassion, working together to help each other create and live the greatest life while we're here. Because while we're here, it may seem like a long time, but in the greatest scope of time, we are not long. We're not long for the world. Consider it compared to the world, compared to the rivers and the trees and the mountains. We're just like, what's that? What's it? Maybe fruit flies living a day and gone. We're like that compared to nature, but nature just keeps giving, keeps loving, keeps offering. And mankind just keeps taking, keeps corrupting. But I think what's happening is sooner or later, there are enough of us that are awakening to a greater love of self, a greater love of others, a greater love of life, a greater love of God. And if you can find and be love just in your being, that's where you start. Okay, that's not where it ends. That's where it begins. See, and I used to think about it the other way. I thought that meditation was just sitting around doing nothing for nothing's sake. But no, if you use it correctly, sitting silent in stillness to be with the source of breath, that brings peace to your mind and your heart, right? Yes, the breath brings peace to the heart and activation for the mind. Praise God. But when you sit in that place of stillness, your greater spirit, that Holy Spirit, the spirit that is whole beyond you, that's united with all time, all mankind, all divine, that spirit, the Holy Spirit that Jesus walked with and the Bible talks about, refers to, that spirit is the true you. And that spirit reveals the answers when you're ready to receive them. But the answers may not be what your mind is thinking. And that's why it's so important to learn and teach yourself. I am not my mind. My mind is my gateway or my limitation, okay? But it's not who I am. I am beyond the mind with the creator of the mind, which is God. God is with me. God is with you as we go through life, learning, remembering, forgetting, discovering, sharing, right? We're just an experience. Each of us is a unique expression of divine love through our God's holy divine graciousness and what's the words I'm looking for? Through our God's generous outpouring of love, we get to know life as it happens. We get to see ourselves become all sorts of things. Now, the world wants you to become what it wants you to become, right? You got to pay attention to what's you and what's the world around you. That's definitely the lesson I've been learning for myself. But I've been learning to trust, and I do honestly believe in what I feel God is doing with me. And what God has been doing with me is similar but different to what God has been doing with you. God has been giving me days in my life, years in my life, for me to discover a more Christ-like version of me. And that became my conscious goal several years ago. But clearly, angry God is not a good representation of that side of me. But something I realized for sure at church today, again, was that God allowed me and others to save me from me. Are you seeking to save you or create you or destroy you? What do the patterns of you show? I didn't realize how sick I was in my disease of alcoholism until I stepped out on the other side, got a little sobriety in my head and a different perspective. And this is just perfectly in line with this topic of the live stream. I'm an example of this. Many of us are, but me specifically, I had these past limitations, the belief that I couldn't have fun, I couldn't relax, I couldn't be myself really unless I had a few drinks in me. I had to chemically alter my energies, I guess, because I wasn't comfortable with me. And it's because I hadn't been honest with me. I was never a coward. I was never afraid. Most of the time, I was never in any sort of danger. I just acted that way. Pretended. I was putting on a performance for myself, I guess. And I think that's what a lot of us end up doing. It's what trauma does. It stunts our growth, our development. We end up behaving like grown children, ignorantly, foolishly. But something another last thought, and then I'll drop the link and we'll get this opened up for others. Some of the things I was looking at in my own experience, and it seems in line with the Bible. It talks about the dead bone in somewhere in the Bible. It talks about the dead bones coming to life. And I used to live like a walking sack of dead bones. I'd lost my spirit for life. I was amongst the dead. And dead bones, if you got dead bones within you, maybe you're lacking a greater purpose. Maybe you're lacking some sort of creativity. Maybe there's a mental block, a spiritual block, an emotional block that's preventing you from feeling more alive. Love brings the dead back to life. I think that's what the story was with Jesus. Love, when we share love, when we find love, when we discover love, we may have been dead inside, but now there's new life. Truth brings the dead back to life. Again, you can feel dark and lost and dead inside, and then you may still be absent from a relationship or support or love, but all of a sudden you find an answer that's true. And there's a true answer that works for you and changes your problem. And now all of a sudden you felt you were dead, you thought you were destroyed, and now all of a sudden you've been given new life. So love brings the dead back to life. Truth brings the dead back to life. And what does that mean? Of course, God brings the dead back to life. Can you return to God if you've strayed? You can. Will God accept you if you've got doubts? Yeah. Will God accept you if you keep making the same mistakes, or you've been making the same mistakes over and over? Yeah. God will be there for you. God will take you wherever you were, and wherever you are with God. So if you can find peace in being, then no. Fear not. Live without fear. It's your birthright. It's your opportunity. And if it's your opportunity to live without fear, to truly shine as you are, could it also be a responsibility in part? Not a burden, but you don't want to miss out on opportunities to do greater, to be greater, to overcome past limitations. I don't know. Hey, I'm going to drop the link here, and we will invite others to join the conversations and the chats. And we've already got things started here. Let me welcome DNW. Thank you, brother. Are you there?
Brother, great to be here. One of the best speeches I've ever heard, Jack.
Thank you.
And just one thing, though, the only thing that there was a little stain on it, and that was all. One little thing. It wasn't a fruit fly that lives for just a day. It's a mayfly, Jack. The mayfly lives for less than 24 hours, Jack, in its adulthood. But it can live for months to years as a little nymph, as a little larva, you know? So, you know, from that perspective, look, I don't want to ruin the metaphor. It was a fantastic metaphor. But we have to be factually correct where we can be. You know,
please.
Fruit flies, Jack. Fruit flies. I looked it up, Jack. I knew it was mayfly that only lived 24 hours, but I wasn't sure how long fruit flies lived. And apparently they can live 40 to 50 days, Jack, feasting on your banana.
Goodness.
And you know, they can even live up to 60 days, 70 days, apparently. But again, it's all dependent on the environment around them, you know, whether it's conducive to longevity. But Jack, other than that, a fantastic speech, Jack. And you know what? I had a vision, Jack. I had a vision whilst you were talking. I was thinking, I think in a not too far distant future, Jack, a lot of people around the world will have a little key ring, and it will have a little button on it, Jack, a little red button they can press, and they can put the key ring down on a shelf, on a desk, you know, on the bedside locker, wherever they want to. They can press the button, and when they do so, Jack, a hologram of you will be projected across the room, standing on the sofa, standing on the dining table, standing on a desk, standing on a footstool, standing on top of the armchair, whenever they want, they'll be able to tune in live to Jack Talcott speaking and giving his sermon. Jack, I think that's going to happen. I do. I truly believe, Jack, before you die, you will become an everlasting hologram that people can access by pressing a button on their keyring, Jack. The keyring will obviously have to be connected to the Wi-Fi or maybe the hotspot on their phone. But anyway, Jack, the point is you will be forever and ever available to the masses to give your pearls of wisdom. Isn't that a great thought, Jack?
I don't need to carry on, but the wisdom surely does. Hey, we've got some returning guests here in the back. And I believe Valhalla, you've been here before, right? Are you there?
Valhalla. He is there, but he's not all there.
All right. Well, we're not hearing you if you're there. And we've got, I believe, JG. Welcome back, JG.
All right.
Holy cows, man. What a trippy experience this life really is. Thank you for the correction, and I absolutely agree. I do strive to be accurate. I know that there are times where I may misspeak or perhaps misremember a detail. I've recognized I may have forgotten a lot more than I've realized. Because if we learn things and we don't put it into practice, it kind of fades away. Just like people. Never mind. Let me not go too far on that one.
It's all about expertise, right, Jack?
It's about, yes. Well, it's about growing and becoming wiser, more aligned, more grounded, more balanced, more in tune. Oh, yeah. A couple of these other ideas and regarding God, but if you can consider that if life is God's will, why not be all in with your life? All in. If you were all in on life, what would that look like? Wouldn't be as, maybe might not be as cautious.
Jack.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but do you remember you were on my channel the other night and there was a big hullabaloo with one crazy guru?
Yes, sir.
He has apologized in the live chat, Jack, and that's why I felt the urge to, butt in and tell you that. Jack, that was probably to do with you somewhat because you came on as a medium in between us both, and you tried to bring about peace, but it has worked. Peace has come. He has apologized. And Jack, I'd like him to come on now if he wants, and to say his piece, if he's in a position to do so. Because you know what, it did upset me. It did upset me, Jack. It upset me to see Brother Crazy Guru so upset, and it really tore my heart to shreds. So I'm just so glad now that things have passed, and as you said, Jack, peace will come eventually, and it did.
If we allow peace, we can find it. That's what I've been learning for sure. And when it's time, he'll be back. We had a brief conversation, and I don't remember exactly where we're at, but I trust.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Jack. Good afternoon, Jack. You know what? Look, I am feeling so magnanimous, positive energy today. I was at Mass. I had a great day at Mass, Jack. Like, it's a great, beautiful day, Jack. Can I, Jack, would I be, there was a guy, another gentleman, I think DMV over here, or DMW, he played a song. Jack, would I be able to give you a song here to play a real positive, no cursing, no TOS? No anything that's not on YouTube, can't be copyrighted. It's a positive Catholic hymn that I want you to say that really embodies your show. It talks about overcoming the fear inside you, finding the love of God. It's called The Summons, Jack. It's what you're really talking about. About what are you going to do when you hear that voice inside you? Are you going to set the prisoners free if he calls your name? Are you going to heal the broken if he calls your name? What, you know what I mean, Jack? We all are waiting for the summons, Jack. What are we going to do? What are we going to, are we going to let the love inside us grow, Jack? You know, and this is what I mean. Like, it's really a song that I really think encompasses you, Jack. It really does. Can I show that to you, Jack? Would you be able to play that for me? I'll pay you. I'll pay you $10, Jack.
There's no need. I mean, if it's something you
20 bucks
Jack,
at least.
it's a beautiful
Something
song.
you
Here,
do.
Jack. Look, I put it in the back chat, Jack. It's a beautiful song. I really think you think I'm not. I'm actually not joking. I'm being 100% serious here, Jack. It's a song I really think represents your message on this show, Jack. It's called The Summons, Jack. It's a Catholic hymn, and I'd really love for you to play it, Jack. It's actually not like this old churchy hymn. It's a beautiful song, Jack.
Jack, here's $100. Don't play, man. Take
Jack.
the money.
Jack, wow, Jack, look at this. Look at this guy, Jack. So vicious when we're just trying to be positive. Jack, we're the optimists here. We are the optimists, Jack.
Yeah, it's ready.
All right, you play it, Jack.
Is this a link I should or
Yeah,
not
Jack. No,
sure?
it's Jack. It's literally a video hosting site. Legit. It's 100% good. There will be
No, I mean,
no TOS, nothing.
but share the link with the chat or no?
Sure, if you want. Yeah. It's a beautiful song, Jack. It's a beautiful hymn. I'm being 100% like honest with you here, Jack. Like as a Christian and someone spending love right here, Jack. I'm being 100% honest here.
I'm gonna play it. Here we go. Thank you.
Will you come and follow me if I but call your name? Will you go where you don't know and never be the same? Will you let my love be shown? Will you let my name be known? Will you let my life be grown in you and you in me? Will you leave yourself behind if I but call your name? Will you care for cruel and kind and never be the same? Will you risk the hostile stare? Should your life attract or scare? Will you let me answer prayer in you and you in me? Will you let the blinded see if I but call your name? Will you set the prisoners free and never be the same? Will you kiss the leper clean and your such as this unseen and admit to what I mean in you and you in me? Will you love the you hide if I but call your name? Will you quell the fear inside and never be the same? Will you use the faith you found to reshape you and you in me. Lord, your summons echoes true when you but call my name. Let me turn and follow you and never be the same. In your company I'll go, where your love and footsteps show. Thus I'll move and live and grow in you and you in me.
Jack, and I heard a voice call out into the night. It called and it said, "Who shall I send? Who will go for us?" And I replied, "Send me. I will go for
Hello.
us." Wow.
Thank you.
That's your song,
Um,
Jack.
I may listen to it again because my mind drifted from some of the lyrics, but I do pray to be a vessel for God's goodness in whatever ways I can. And I used to
Through
think
love,
that
Jack. Through love.
what's that?
Through love, Jack. That's what it's saying. Through love. Through the love of God in you and you in him. Like only through allowing that love in there. What did it say, Jack? Will you let your faith affect the world around through your touch, your sight, your sound? And God's love in you and him. Like only through our works and through love that we have can we put that love into the world, Jack. That's
We
it.
got to believe in that. We got to believe in love. Otherwise, we stay guarded and afraid of it. I see a lot of people doing that, guys. The world has created toughness and sharpness, but there's a power within being gentle. And that power of being gentle is what I've been focusing on, honestly. Trying to be more gentle with myself, gentle with others, because through paying attention, right? Not being afraid, but being cautious and learning from past, it's really the only way to have a good life, guys. You got to be kind to yourself and others. It's not hard to be a good person. It's just we live in a world where we've been taught to believe it's impossible. And so a lot of people lower their standards for themselves, and that's what I did. But you know what? Perfect trust. Can you trust perfectly? What are you going to trust in? How about the truth? Can you trust in the truth? Can you trust yourself to be able to discern what is true and not? The only way you can trust your discernment is if you're willing to look at things that you don't want, things that might disagree.
Like what you said. What did it say in the hymns? There, the same thing that you say, Jack. Will you love the you inside?
Yes.
You have to love you, Jack. You have to love the you inside. If you but call, like Jack, we run from ourselves. We hate ourselves, and all that starts inward, Jack. Like, will you love the you inside? Like our inadequacies. Like we all have these like inadequacies that we wish we were this, we wish we were that, we wish we could do this, we wish we could look like this, we wish we could have it, we wish we could build, like. But do you love the you inside? Do you love who you truly are? Not the people we act and around our friends, but like the you when it's just you and God alone. Do you love the you inside of you, Jeff? We are not what we put on, not the millions of masks and games that we put on. You know, Jack, you have to love yourself, Jack. You know, I think a lot of people's anger comes from a lack of their love for themselves.
Well, and that's because we're taught not to see ourselves in others, but the others that we experience are direct reflections of us, just in a different way. And the world can be very confusing. But at the same time, if you learn how to surrender in the right way, love and God can take over. And then you don't have much to worry about. Here we got another wild card in the back. Let's feel it out. Welcome back, Cage. Let's please be respectful of the shared experience with everyone. How have you been?
Same old on my end.
All right. Well, can you have faith that we're playing a part in something greater, something great for the future? I don't know if I landed this thought earlier, but Cage, you're well aware. Oh, many of you are. The corruption in the world, it's no longer hidden. It's becoming well known. It's talked about regularly, but nothing hidden. Nothing.
No, it's flaunted in your face. It's shoved in your face. The corruption is shoved right in your face, Jack. Talcott.
It is.
It's
It is.
corruption we fucking face. You know what I mean?
Amen. And I actually have faith, though, if we unite together, we can overcome the corruption. Because truly, what was it I said earlier?
Hey, Jack, do you mind if I stream this on my end or no?
Jesus,
Is that okay?
the mic, Jack. It just came out of nowhere.
It was his first. Yeah.
I'm wondering, Jack,
We
can I
haven't heard
stream it
from
on my end?
Valhalla.
Yes or no?
Valhalla, you all right?
I think there's
Yeah, man. DNW, mate. I tried to speak. I tried to chat, but I was had one chat and then I was blocked. But anyway, thank you, Jack. Again, can I apologise, Jack, if my humour the other night got a bit overhand? I do apologise. DNW, thank you very
Oh,
much.
I'm asking,
as
can you
always.
hear me or not? I'm asking Jack a simple question.
I mean,
May
hold on, Cage. Valhalla. I don't know if that was humor. You reminded me of Jim Leahy. I mean, you were really off your rocker. I mean, it was pretty. I mean, I was concerned how drunk you were on that stream, bro. You know, I think Jack was too. Just as Jack is someone who's he was probably going, "What could I do to, you know?"
I appreciate that, and welcome back, Cage. I put you in the back. I answered you, and maybe you didn't hear. Yes, please feel free. Okay, thank you.
Okay, simple question.
Right. And I'm sorry you didn't hear, but let's be respectful, please, with everyone. and Valhalla, you might have been. I don't remember specifically, but thank you, genuinely. I felt I was kind of rude to some of the newer guests, and you joined, and I don't think I was familiar with you or you were with me. But I also apologize if I was a little.
I do have a specific way, and yes, I do have a few beers and a few smokes, and please don't judge me for that. But I've certain way of important information. But anyway, I do apologise if my humour got out of hand. I apologise.
Who else was at the Diddy parties? Do you have that information?
Hey, much love.
New
and thank you.
levels of pleasure, brothers and sisters. New levels of pleasure. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's always available for us. But
What? What do you mean? The Diddy parties are available?
think about what pleasure is. It's just feeling better, right? You can find
Don't justify that.
You know, when I think of pleasure,
I
I think of Mariah's face. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. No, go ahead.
I'm saying, Jack, are you kidding me? New levels of pleasure, brothers and sisters. Love is the key. I'm gonna love you while I. You know what happened to 50 Cent, the rapper, and that? He sent
Cage.
this. Oh my god, you didn't want to know. It's fun.
My
Cage,
sort of pleasure comes from fixing
Here.
a fucking 3 million pound Bugatti with a fuse that costs 50 cents and not 50 grand. You know what I mean? That's where I get my pleasure. That's a simple
money.
way
We're
of
not here
saying.
to talk about money.
My
We're here to talk about
simple way of
love and
saying-
knowledge and Jack.
My
does this
simple
matter?
way of
Jack,
saying.
Can we get back to
My
Jack?
simple
Okay.
way of saying that
You're
pleasure
you're
can be
deviated from
derived.
Talcott. You're fucking
Simple
up.
pleasure can be derived of many ways, accomplishing a task without all the
Pip,
shit
pip,
in front of it.
cheerio. You know
And
what I mean?
again,
We have a
Jack,
little
he's
biscuits
doing it
at tea
again.
time.
I recognize, please just sit back and allow me to get this back in order. Valhalla, I'm not sure if you recognize, but you kind of jumped in over top of someone. And Cage, you were doing the exact same.
My apologies. My apologies. But
And
anyway, simple pleasures can be derived.
Valhalla, we heard you.
Simple
We heard you. Please, no reason to repeat.
We got angry cod going now.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just looking at you guys and I'm wondering, what are you doing? Who are you speaking to? I mean, what are you? I don't understand.
I like seeing
Valhalla,
JG
Valhalla.
infrastructure.
Actually, Valhalla was actually, I think, following that conversation of there's greater pleasures available. Okay. And maybe I missed it now. But guys, Cage, you can do much better, please. And for some reason, your audio sounds froggy. It's got that burping thing going on.
I can fix that. Man, my bad. Hold
Please
on. Let
do.
me mic check. Let me mic check right now. Is that better? Now can you hear me a little bit better?
That's a little better. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do. That's a little
Should
bit
be
better.
better. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't
What
hurt my
if
ears
we-
as much as the popping. Thank you, Jack.
Hey,
You gotta let me know. Yeah, let me know and I'll fix it. Yeah.
I believe that we have been sent here to learn about the world and ourselves, but I believe it's a great possibility that what's before us, we can work together to end the government corruption. And by ending the government corruption, we will also face the corporate greed. It's the corporate greed and the government corruption that has nations at war with each other and hardworking taxpayers spending money for wars, destruction of innocence.
I have an
May
honest
I,
question. What, do we have to use force?
may I add a caveat to that? Who was the country responsible for making corporations have the same rights as a human being?
Yeah, the United States, and that's why, as an American, I'm
So-
here trying to confront.
I have an honest
Jack, they
question.
had that in other countries too. He's
I have an
acting
honest
like that.
question for the panelists and people here. If it comes, push to shove, do we have to actually use force in order to enact such a thing? Even though we want to be all
So
peaceful and loving.
you don't believe corporations should be in control of the world? Or you're saying you agree corporations?
Do we
We got to
intimidate
contact
them? Like, what the
corporate.
fuck do
Got
we
to
do?
contact corporate. We have to talk to corporate before we talk to you. Is that what you're saying?
All right,
Not you, Jack.
Jack,
Not you,
what are we
Jack.
doing here
We're
with this
talking
guy?
Cage
I mean,
here.
I don't understand what he's
Talking-
talking about, Jack.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Are you talking to me, Valhalla? I put Cage in the back because he couldn't see.
No, mate. I was talking to Cage there, not you, Jack.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Why would you talk to Cage? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm telling him.
Why would anyone talk to Cage? I don't know, Jack. I mean, listen to him.
Right. If you believe corporations should be in control of the world, that
He
is
doesn't.
the
He
Antichrist
doesn't.
right there.
Right.
Wow.
He's not.
Dude, Cage
I
is
don't-
anti-corporation. Cage is pretty like libertarian, if I would.
Yeah.
Right.
And
If I got it
nobody-
wrong and said Cage, my apologies. But somebody was going, what corporations? What? Who set the precedence for a corporation to be the same
It
right
does-
as a human being? Come on.
you asked
got
that.
it right.
That was asked.
Jack,
did.
it really began with the
Just
British Empire with the
address
British East Indies Company. The British East Indies Company was like its own royal family within itself. That happened way before the United States. So, and then the
Yeah, but
Dutch
that's
East
not a
Indies Company before that.
corporation. It's not a corporation. That
Yeah,
was a
it was.
what?
The
Okay,
Dutch East India Company.
God.
Yes, it was.
Imperious,
No, it wasn't.
please. Valhalla, please.
No problem. No
I
problem.
don't-
I'm not here to argue. I'm here to
know.
converse.
I-
You know what I
I
mean?
realize
Share
that.
ideas.
So I realize that, but I'm not sure if you understood. What I'm talking about is me and anyone else who wants to. Let's do what we can while we're alive to end the government corruption that protects the corporate greed. The two have become one, not just in America, but all around the world. And it didn't just become this way, it's been this way a long time. right? Like
Indeed.
Darius said, it was the East India Company that really established a lot of these merchant laws and stuff, from what I
Yeah,
understand.
but
And
there
that,
weren't
They were so
corporations at the
powerful. They were
time. There
separate from
weren't
dude.
corporations at the time. They weren't corporate.
Listen to me.
They
Listen to
weren't
me.
okay,
Valhalla.
corporate.
yes, right, Valhalla, correct. Is there a point to what you're getting at? Is it not America?
Well,
You wanted the answer of America, right?
I'd like America to answer for making corporate bodies have the same
Okay.
rights as a human being.
What
You're
does
not
it mean?
answering that
What does it
question,
mean?
dude. Let me explain something to you. In Britain, okay, with the British East India Company, it had its own military, its own fleet. Were actually they superseded, and they were able to take control of the British Navy for their purposes. So once Target can take over the United States Fifth Division, I'll listen to you. Okay, you need to really
Right.
understand history
Again,
before you
all I
babble.
said was organized economics,
Right.
organized fucking monopolies
Yeah,
weren't corporate at the time. All I'm
sure.
saying is the country that is responsible for making
Okay, right.
corporations
Valhalla,
have the same rights as
please,
a human being. Come on.
bless. Please allow me to interrupt you. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, okay? But I know I heard you. I was trying to answer your question, or actually, I was trying to better understand. You said you want America to be responsible or you accountable. What are you looking for? I'm suggesting that yes, we find a way to change it.
Well, the only country that made corporations have the same rights as a human
No,
being
they
is
it's
one.
not, bro. Why don't you
Imperious,
check your
imperious,
laws?
imperious. Just let him get through his stuff, and then
All
we'll
right. If I
find
can I
out what
refute
we
him though
can
afterwards,
do.
Jack? Would you mind if that's okay afterwards?
Not if it's the same thing, please.
Okay,
Go
Jack. You just
ahead.
tell me what to do. I'll let Jack. I need your love, so I'm here for that.
I love you, man. Thank you.
I love you, bro.
Very nice, Imperious, and thank you for your contribution. But there's only one country that gave human rights to corporations, and that's America.
Okay,
But
and
now
now
it's
what?
copied everywhere.
And now what?
So where do we move on from here?
Okay, wonderful. That
You've
is
joined the
where I
conversation.
want to take the conversation. What do we do now? Right? Blame isn't going to do anything, guys. I figure that we've learned enough, haven't we? What do we do with the knowledge we've learned?
Implementation, Jack. Implementation of change. Trying to extract ourselves from the system of slavery that we're in, Jack. But if you're mad at corporations, stop relying on them. If you're mad
That's
at corporations,
tough to do.
no, I know, but that's the strength. That is the risk. That is the mission, Jack. I mean, you know what I mean? We have to start loving each other and helping each other and developing communal relations, community relations, helping each other. And like Jack, back in the 60s, 70s, even 80s, you didn't just go run to corporations and Walmart to help communities. People gave food to each other on the street. That
Yes.
Here.
See,
Well,
we're on the
what do you
same
think?
page. We're definitely
Yeah.
on the same page, but we're coming at it from different angles here. Yes.
Yes, and I believe that's what it means to live a full life. It's yes and, right? It's take care of yourself and look out for others, right? We're here to be blessings in the world as much as we can, and wherever the Spirit guides us, that's where we are. And where we are, I think the best way to live a good life is look for those who are serving others and serve those. If you can serve those who are in need directly, you find someone in need or there's a way to be of service to others, look for those, please.
Yes,
It's the only
indeed.
way. What's that?
Indeed. I'm just saying, indeed, those who can help should help. If you're in a position to help your neighbour, help them. Always help in your community. But the way communities are built these days, it's all about division, bubbleization, and nobody knows what each community is about. Come on, away.
That's why we have to talk. That's what Jack's doing. He's bringing people together here to talk to each other, to develop a community and love and interaction. You can't hate people you know. To kill somebody, bro, I don't know if you've ever been close to it or had to or fought in combat sports or anything. To do that
Mate,
to
I'm
people,
ex-military. I'm ex-household cavalry,
okay.
right?
So then you know
Right.
to kill people, you have to dehumanize them. If you know the person and you see them as a human being, it's really hard to hurt people.
Well, when I was in the military, it wasn't about dehumanizing them. It was either them or you.
Right. You were
Exactly.
both
They're the enemy. They're not people. They're the
You
enemy.
were,
Killed, not can't. Exactly. The
No,
other.
no. Long before Afghanistan, right? Long before what you understand war is, I was in the military back in the early 90s. You know what I mean? Had a lot more ethics about it. Capiche?
Bro,
well,
every
about,
military.
guys,
Okay, sorry, Jack.
sorry. Let's face the reality. The illusions of war, I mean, the reality of war, there's no true reasons for human beings to be murdering human beings, not
Definitely
at this
not.
point in
Definitely
our
not.
development.
Definitely
So
not. But the
how,
military was part of my life, and it
Mhm.
formed the early part of my life. In the way, put it this way, if you ask me the question now, would I join the military today? No, I would not.
Right. Me too.
But
And actually,
if it was necessary to default, eliminate a greater evil like Hitler, yes, I would.
well, potentially, but
But you
let's,
never know. Hold on. But again, that presupposes so much. You don't know that by getting rid of Hitler, when Hitler was, let's say, before he was born, won't develop because of a chain of events a worse guy that comes into power and causes more death. Like you don't know any of that, bro. Like this is what I mean. I hate Jack. I
Well,
hate when
tell
people
Donald Trump
put.
that. Tell Donald Trump that in Hegseth when they fucking
Okay,
eliminated. Sorry for using the F word. For eliminating the leadership that didn't want to impose fatwas. Like,
okay,
come
and
on, man. Come
everybody's
on,
done that
man.
forever, bro. What did Russia do to Afghanistan before we did it? What did the British do to it? You know, Jack. I'm sorry, Jack. These people are just argumentative.
No, I'm not argumentative, mate. Empires rise and fall, but we're not in the state of empires anymore, are we?
I'm not sure if you see the screen. I'm politely trying to get myself into this conversation. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry
Um,
about that, Jack. Sorry about that, Jack.
it's all right. You mentioned being a veteran, and I am as well here in America. And
Yeah, man.
this is a video description. In the link is a whole bunch of American, at least they initiated in America, about peace reforms, Veterans for Peace, World Beyond War, Code Pink, About Face Veterans, Transparency.org, FullDisclosureAct.com, Food Not
Yes.
Bombs.
Yes.
There's
I agree with all of that because those who have seen it really need to understand how the industrial military machine works in politics and organized politics that are not really democratic at all, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I know this, just like them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, and Valhalla, while I get the idea, right? If we see a leader such as, the mustache guy in World War II, or maybe Netanyahu today, it might
Yeah,
be
man,
enough
that's what I'm
to
talking about. Yeah, man.
it might be enough for you to want to enlist, raise your hand, and grab arms. But here's what I want to do. I don't want to send any men or women or children to their graves, whether they're American or anywhere, right? Let's use diplomacy. If these
Yeah.
state leaders, such as America, cannot figure out how to create peace, they need to get the fuck out of the way. Put me
Well,
in. Help
unfortunately,
me find
Get them out of there. Get
diplomacy.
Jack in there.
Valhalla.
Secretary of
Sorry,
State Jack.
sorry,
Valhalla.
but diplomacy went out the window when you got the
Valhalla.
orange orangutan
Valhalla.
in there.
Valhalla. I will not accept your limited thinking. Please accept
Right, all I
my
said
expanded
was
belief.
diplomacy went out the window, mate, when the orange orangutan
According
got
to
his
you,
second term. That's
according
all
to
I'm saying.
you, according to you, that which has been picked up can be put down, whether it's a weapon or a belief. The two go together most times. Weapons and beliefs can be set aside so that peace may be shared. Matter of fact, it's
Yeah,
the only
man.
way the world is going to
But
have
anyway,
peace. So,
again, I
Paula, why
don't want
are
to
you
get thrown
interrupting
off.
me?
I don't want to get thrown off, but when you got this diplomacy thrown out the window by the orange orangutan and egged on by Benjamin Netanyahu and certainly played by Russia, mate, where are we? Where are we?
Bro, you're thinking two-dimensionally in a three-dimensional world. Do you understand that? Like, what was Sun Tzu's first art of war? What was his first thing? Sorry, Jack.
How about this?
Sun Tzu, the first article of war. Are you talking about Sun Tzu, the
Hey,
first article? Know your
Valhalla,
enemy?
Valhalla, let's jump back to that. Okay. And
Yes,
that
I'm more
might
than
be
willing
right.
to jump back to anything. Yes, you love Donald
Uh-huh.
Trump. Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, you totally don't understand me yet. Okay. Because I actually think we're on the same page. But the thing is I haven't lost faith. Okay. And as a matter of fact, I see it as important enough that I am all in on this goal. And people, anyone, please trust me. I feel that this goal that's in me, how did I put that? I believe in what God is doing with me. And I believe that what God is doing with me is preparing me to actually meet that guy. Because you're right, Valhalla. He lacks the awareness and intelligence to properly have to use proper diplomacy. He's got bad advisors. He's got economic advisors, legal advisors, right? The authors of Agenda 25. All this nonsense is what he's following. And I suggest we get a voice from the people, especially a voice like mine,
Jack,
into
why
his
not?
ear.
What about the voice? What
No,
about
no,
a
hold
voice
on,
like
Valhalla.
mine?
Hold on,
Hello.
Valhalla. Hold on, Valhalla. Valhalla. Hold on, please. Why not, Jack? Look, if you think about world leaders in the past, Stalin was a goat farmer. The mustache man was a painter. Washington was a farmer. And Lincoln was a log cabin. Why not Jack? Why not
Well,
Jack?
first of all, they understood diplomacy. Donald
So
J.
does
Trump
Jack.
doesn't
He's in love
understand
with
diplomacy.
diplomacy.
Come on, he's got no
He's in
idea
love
of
with
diplomacy.
diplomacy.
I mean,
Valhalla,
they've been hijacked by billionaires, and now we're
Valhalla,
trillionaire. Come on,
Valhalla,
oh, yeah.
Valhalla. I'm seriously, I want to understand, what are you accomplishing with your disbelief?
Mate, what I'm accomplishing, the world is being led down the garden path by a bunch of elitists in the wrong
So
Epstein
what?
fucking
Okay.
style manner. You know what I
And
mean?
you didn't answer my question.
Epstein class, Epstein class.
Valhalla. Oh my God, would you
Come on.
please? I'm losing patience with you. Please.
Right, I apologize. You can kick me off anytime, but please welcome me back
Why
in the
can't
future.
I'm willing to do that, but how about instead of going through that process where I have to just trust that maybe I'm going to deal with the same thing again, how about you please try to understand me?
I understand you, mate. Me and you are cool. We're on the same page.
Valhalla.
But
No,
Donald Trump
you're
and
not.
Thor,
Hello, please stop yourself. Okay? You're defending your beliefs right here. And I don't disagree. You've got every reason to blame and to say what you're saying, okay? But your disbelief is not accomplishing anything. And I am a man alive today who has the faith that, yes, we can convince Donald Trump and the American government to change their ways.
They're not going to change it.
Dude, they will when they see Jack's Dude, listen to me. Listen to me. When they see Jack's testicular fortitude, they will change their mind.
How about this, Valhalla? Are you capable of changing your mind? Or do
I'm
you
always
think,
capable of changing my mind. But
why
there's
not
one,
here and
one,
now?
there's
Why?
one paragraph.
All
May I just say this one paragraph, right? Can you remember the best president ever, Eisenhower? And he said, never ever entrust the industrial military machine, because he knew where it was going. Yeah.
great. You're just bringing up more stuff, and you're not engaging with me. Matter of fact, let's swing back to this direct question. I'd love for you to just sit with it and see what comes up related to you. By carrying your disbelief here and now in this conversation, where I'm suggesting that we can do something, what is the benefit of us listening to your disbeliefs here?
Well, again, it's discourse, isn't it? Positive, negative, all about discourse, isn't it?
Is it helpful or unhelpful?
Well, put it this way: if you just go in one way, you're not going to understand the other way. So proper discourse understands
Valhalla,
every way. Come on,
you've not shown evidence that you've understood what I'm saying.
Well, I
I've-
did. I
No.
said we're on the same page.
Okay, no, we're not on the same page, because every time I tried bringing our conversation towards what can we do, you keep reminding yourself and the listeners, the other panelists, that you don't believe we can do anything.
Well, again, let's just say this: without Christ, it takes humanity to wake up and say, "We're not going to be walked down the fucking garden
And that's
path
what
again."
Jack's doing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Christ is here and now. Let it be with us. Let's pause for a moment.
I said, without Christ, humanity needs to wake up and say, "We're not being walked
I
down the
heard you.
garden path."
Valhalla, please pause. Can I be more clear?
Yes, please.
Okay, we heard you. And what you didn't hear me again, though, because you reacted when I said tell you what, I want to get to the point of welcome vegan equilibrium. How are you? Blessings.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Good evening, vegan.
Amen.
Good evening.
Anything on your heart or ideas you want to throw in, please? You just got here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I'm kind of in the middle between you and Valhalla, where it's like, I mean, I'm certainly not a religious person, or I don't believe in God or anything, but I feel like on the one hand, it's not as simple as, accept Christ, but I also think it's not as simple as just change people's minds. And, okay, you look at if you look at like a lot of the conflicts that we get involved in, now I'm sure there's all kinds of, what's it called, levels to it, twists and turns, and it's never really a black and white or a simple reason why something's happening. But if, someone is attacking you and you don't fight back, and that means that like you're risking, lives of your loved ones, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you can't be pacifist, suggesting pacifism.
Yeah, man. But those mechanisms, vegan, those mechanisms have been in place for a long time, and those mechanisms are increasingly being corporatized, privatized. So those mechanisms that works on global economics and industrial military mechanisms, this is the perniciousness we need to address.
Well, I was more addressing Jack, but thanks for your.
Yeah, Valhalla, will you stop taking over Jack's show, please? I want to hear Jack. I'm here for Jack's love, please. I really am, bro. I'm not here for your like negative Nancy nonsense. I'm here for Jack.
What nonsense, Imperious with a name like Imperious. Oh dear.
We are all here.
We are all Jack Talcott. When are you going to get that into your head, Imperious? We are all Jack Talcott.
That
right,
was
well,
Dude, if
I,
I could be Jack for a day, man. Oh my God, Jack. Man.
well.
all right, let's
That was
let's stop jacking off Jack for a second and let him answer the question. All right.
I may have lost track of your direct question.
I basically this to cut it short. What are you suggesting pacifism?
No. Okay. Yes, actually, at least for me, especially for me, I will not judge any others. You know, that's not my place, but I do know that my path is no violence, none. But I believe through the development of, especially America, we've got to recognize and accept the rights that we have. There are legal ways for us to peacefully communicate with the representatives who are in the machines, right? I believe it's not as much the people as the people and the systems have become united as problems. But if we can unite the people, we can change the rules of government that protects the bankers and the owning class, right? All the shareholders and job creators who are living these friggin' guys. There are people living lives that we haven't had the friggin' time to stop and even dream of.
It's funny how you call them job creators, but the machines are going to take over those jobs. So what happens to the job creators that you call them then?
Well, the owning.
I just don't understand, like, under your system, because it sounds like you would like to be president or run for office of some kind, and I just don't understand how pacifism can possibly work for for basically the way one of the things
You're breaking up.
it's not anarchy or
divine
anything.
intervention, thank God. Oh,
I can't hear you. Is it just me? Or
no,
is he
Jack, it's
breaking up?
divine intervention. God's saying drop him.
No, hey, vegan equilibrium, you're not coming through.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Hello?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now without.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, like it feels like pacifism would only work in a world where everyone else is willing to be a pacifist, because otherwise the pacifists just get killed off, and the wicked continue to rule. And that's actually
what
what's
about
happened.
this? What about this?
Most of the pacifist communities and societies that popped up. That's what happened to the Essene tribe, which is, they were the
What
tribe
about this?
that.
What about we
taught
develop
Jesus.
ways? What about we develop non-lethal, like subduing, like what? Look, if I wanted to give, let's say, Valhalla a pedigree, it wouldn't kill you, but it'll knock you. Like we could do those kind of things. We could. We don't have to kill. There are non-lethal ways. We could develop more defensive measures, Jack, like force fields or something.
Are you calling me a pedigree? Are you calling me a pedigree? Who says I'm not already a pedigree?
I said I was going to give you a pedigree. I'm going to give you a pedigree.
Well, the thing is, yes, I agree, we should do that, but at the same time, if we also have to prevent the enemy from being lethal, and in a lot of wars, and I'm not saying there isn't bad actors on either side, there always is, but in a lot of wars nowadays, at least from a lot of our country and some of the other countries we're allied with, when they go to destroy the weapons, not necessarily intending to destroy people, but intending to destroy the weapons of the enemy, they generally warn people. They say, hey, listen, we are going to blow this place up because it has all your lethal weapons in it that are used to harm others. You can leave the area. You can leave the area and not get hurt, or stick around and find out. And the thing is, that's not necessarily like a lethal thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to just destroy the weapons, right? So go ahead.
I would like to answer. You asked the question a long time ago. And it comes down to a whole bunch of different things. We work together so that peace is the goal in our communities, in our nation, in the world. And what really creates enemies is distrust. And of course, there's distrust when governments are spying on each other, covert operations. I mean, American taxpayers have overthrown many democratically elected leaders throughout the world and throughout time. When are we going to put an end to it? I think that's why we're here, guys.
So, do you think when the aliens come here on Disclosure Day, we'll all realize we're the same people?
Well,
Sorry.
disclosure is the answer. Reveal the truth. And here we've got a Shelton Buster in the back. You familiar, DNW?
Sorry, who's that?
Shelton Buster. I don't know that.
Yeah, he was commenting on my channel. All his comments in the live chat were okay, Jack, so I presume he's going to be okay.
Check it out. Shelton, welcome
Hello.
to you.
Can y'all hear me good?
Blessings. You've been tuned in. You're here with good intentions, I'm hoping.
Yes, sir.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shelton, peace and
Beautiful.
Jack
Welcome.
to you. Peace and Jack to you. Peace and Jack.
I'm new to this stuff.
Hey, welcome. This is my channel. Whoops.
Yeah, I've seen you before, but I just ain't used to coming up and talking or saying anything. But I agree with a lot of what you're saying, and what you said earlier really struck me.
Appreciate that. This is what I think is going to help our communities, our nation, and our world, is when people, human beings, can come together and civilly discuss what is going on, right? And solutions, ideally. In my own personal experience and what I believe,
I'm experiencing racial discrimination. Sorry, not racial, but country discrimination. I'm at the back door.
I'm experiencing
I'm going to say thank you. Thank you anyway, Jack.
Bro,
let me finish.
Hold on, listen to me.
Thank you for the conversation. Thank you, Imperious. Thank you, everybody. DNW, thank you, everybody. It's been a blinding conversation.
You're right, but let me say something before you go.
I have to go walk my
Jack
dog.
one more time, and I'm going to have the urge to give you a rock bottom. I'm tired of this nonsense, all right?
please.
You want to rock his bottom?
Valhalla, thank you for joining. I do appreciate you. It sounded like you've got other things going on. You're stepping out.
Yeah, man, I've got to go walk my dog because she's so much an important animal to me. I appreciate her importance and I appreciate her well-being. She needs a walk. Capiche? Yes.
God bless.
I feel you probably have like a little rat dog, huh?
Now that's cultural appropriation, man.
Hey, thank you, Valhalla. Blessings to you, and enjoy the walk in the pup. Denizen, welcome to you as well. God, I brought you up, didn't give you a chance. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent. I'm due for a nap, but otherwise feeling well.
Good. I am truly, I'm growing in my faith. Guys, we are here to live the greatest life we can, to become the greatest life that's available. We've just got to trust in what we've learned. We've got to face our fears, right? Face our past limitations. And the past limitations for me were the things I was holding on to, right? The things I was afraid to let go. Because if I let go of those things, my drinking, my routines, my career, if I was afraid if I let go of those things, I wouldn't know who I was. And I didn't. I believe we've got a lot of people in this world that are living like I used to. They're doing their best, but day to day, it's just a grind and it's a struggle. And that's not. What's that?
That's basically where I'm at.
Well, brother, welcome.
But
yeah, man, when you're on this show, you're going, dude, we're going to Electric Avenue and then we're going to take it higher. I'm telling you, bro. Like, we're really, that's where we're going to here, bro.
Amen. Well, I do hope to be, a source of encouragement, maybe a source of inspiration, or maybe even just a confirmation for someone, right? That it's okay. You're going to make it through it. This is just temporary, right? Greater things are out there. Greater things are for you. Greater things are with you. Because these are things I've convinced myself to trust in.
Yes, sir. One thing I would like to say too, about being a pacifist. Jesus was a pacifist. Look what he accomplished.
He will have changed. He has.
Jesus
He
is the
was not
most
a
influential
he
person to
was
ever
not
exist.
he was not a pacifist. He was
Yeah, he
not
was.
a
Yeah, he
pacifist.
was. What are you
No,
talking
no, he was not. He turned
Yeah, he
over
was.
he drove the
Yes, he
money
fought.
changers out with a
Yes, he
whip.
fought. But
That
He
he
doesn't
never.
drove
mean, dude,
drove the
hold on.
money changers. No, he drove the money changers out with a whip. He turned over the tables and he he liberated the
That's
animals from the slaughterhouse that was in the temple. And he said, "I bring not peace but a sword." He was not a pacifist.
Did he
he
use
also
the
said
sword?
the Son of Man does not
Let's
come with an army.
and let's
It doesn't
look
matter.
at
He was not a pacifist.
vegan. Please, let's look at his actions. Okay. Well, yeah,
Hey, driving the money changers, driving
yeah,
the slaughterhouse money
right,
change out with a whip,
right.
And
which is
he
how they
also
should be
said, "Do
driven.
not." And
Actually,
he
they should be
also
driven out with guns, but
and he
Right. I
also
want to
said, "Your
finish
name."
this
And
thought if I can. In the temple, we kind of talked about this the other day. As far as I can tell, he harmed no one. He went after the systems and those who were tied to the systems, but he didn't kill anyone. They weren't crippled or harmed by him. Might have gotten a little bruise or
that's
something.
one.
God will do that.
it was like a father
He drove them
spanking.
out. He drove them out with a whip, which is
So
physically harm. Which is, and they just because
What kind of
they
whip was
ran
it?
from
Hold
him
on. What
because
kind of whip? Was it a
I don't know
bullet?
what kind of
No.
whip it was, but it was meant to hurt, which is why they ran from him.
okay,
No.
okay. And so there was that one time, let's not negate his messages of peace about love your enemy, turn the other cheek, right? Forgiveness, mercy is what our Father seeks. That's
I think turn the other cheek is misunderstood, though.
No, but there's a
believe
direct
so.
one to that. He says, if a man strikes you 1,000 times on the 1,001, still do not turn and strike him. You know what I mean? And so, like, dude, like, it doesn't,
yeah.
like, he look at Christ does not expect perfection to where human beings go, but he's giving an example of what we should strive to. Of course, someone gets hit 1,000 times, you're probably going to defend yourself. But what he's showing
How
is
would Jesus kill an animal?
He wouldn't.
Jack,
again,
Hey,
man.
Talcott.
Again, hold on. God
I
again.
agree with you, Jack. I agree with you, Jack.
Hold on. Again, God stated that we have the dominion over animals. So if human beings decide to, that's human beings. But you also have the morality
No,
to do it.
dominion over animals does not give us the right to abuse and kill
That's
animals.
not what I said. Did I say abuse them?
Yes, it is abuse to unnecessarily harm
Yeah,
an animal.
unnecessarily. That's not what I said.
Yeah, it's not necessary to kill an animal to eat them, okay? You don't need to do that. It's necessary to maybe mercifully euthanize an animal if they're in terrible pain and can't be fixed and can't be aided back to health. That is a merciful killing, which is righteous. But you should not be hanging animals upside down, stabbing them in the throat, or bludgeoning them over the head. Taste pleasure. That's not necessary.
Let's not have the vegan debate because it's all connected. We can put the animal slaughter and the industrial brutality of the animals right in line with the corrupted government and the greedy corporations. Okay.
Yeah. If people still are able to look at the most vulnerable beings and think that they can exploit and use them and commodify them, then they're never going to once people can stop doing that, they certainly won't look at their fellow man and
But you're
feel
looking,
that.
but bro, you're
they could do
looking
that.
more first at the animals than your fellow man. There's a hierarchy.
No,
Talcott.
no.
No, we judge the society based on how they treat the most vulnerable. It is the coward that bullies the most vulnerable.
But animals aren't the most vulnerable. Have you been to the Amazon? Have you been to? Hold on, Jack, please. I go hunting and I go camping.
The animals that we commodify in our society, that we exploit.
Yeah, okay,
and
I
abuse
understand, but let me ask you a question.
Are the most vulnerable. They are the most vulnerable.
No, they're not. We're the most vulnerable.
So we should eat more people.
More vulnerable than a cow. You're not more vulnerable than chicken or turkey or any other, or pig or any other animal in factory farms in the U.S. or around the world. They are far more vulnerable than you.
Talcott, you ever been here?
Here. No, not that location.
Yeah, I'm in Spokane.
Jack, the thing is, you could meet a lot of people, Jack. You could meet a lot of people that agree with your message. Like, and I'm not like, it's a good message, right? Most of the people that you walk into on the street, if you talk to them about this, they'd probably be totally with you, right? But it's that one thing. What's that one thing they all will refuse to back off from? It's fucking with animals, man. And I really believe that is where the soul of this issue lies. It's that they still think that it's okay to harm sentient beings. As long as they don't look like them, as long as they are not human, then it's fine. Because most people are going to get behind your message. They're just not going to get behind the part that they have to actually do something about, which is change their lifestyle.
Can I say something?
Right?
So lions are immoral.
Can I say something?
Yes, they are.
Can I say something?
So we can eat lions?
It'd actually be better. It would be more preferable.
Hello. Can you please step back? You've been dominating the conversations for quite a little bit. I was trying to get in. Go ahead, Shelton. You were trying to get in too.
I understand where you come from about the animals, but they're not really sentient beings. But I understand what you're saying. But if we all of a sudden just quit eating animals, people would starve.
Let's not go down the animal rabbit hole. Let's go back to what Jack was talking about corporations.
Okay. We'd have to. If we listen though, if we just all of a sudden quit, people would starve. We'd have to build up a system of producing enough food to feed everybody without animals, and that would take time.
That's completely false, dude. All the crops, there's enough crops to feed about 90 billion land animals. All right, if you don't want to field this question, Jack, you're gonna let that disinformation fly.
Yeah, because humans eat hay.
You actually never shut up long enough for me to even try, dude. And I just asked you to please back off. I mean, good Lord. So as far as how the changes could happen, they could happen in many different ways if mankind unites together for that purpose. We can redesign our entire economic system, government system. Everything can change if we just stop fighting with each other. That's all we got to do. Can we do that?
Jack, can I say one thing? I've been pretty quiet here for a minute. May I make one comment, Jack? I mean, Jack, I'm sorry. I mean, I do feel for animals. Look, I don't like, to unnecessarily abuse. I don't agree with any of that. But at the same time, Jack, in the world what you're talking about, there are human beings that are treated worse than animals by corporations and by powers and governments. There are people that are living worse than how those same governments protect animals, but treat their humans worse than that. Like, dude, there are human beings out there living in such horrible conditions, working in mines, working in freaking dangerous nuclear radiated zones, polluted areas. Like we got, like, I mean, we got to worry about a lot of things in the world. And I mean, I'm sorry, I feel for other things, but I worry about people and children, like young children being abused by corporations to dig out uranium and dig out.
You're not paying for that 3 times a day, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, dude.
No, you're not.
Jack, you see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care about the dude, Jack. I can't deal with, like,
Right.
I'm trying not to get upset, but
how about, please? I think it's a yes and, because I agree with vegan equilibrium. I think there is a connection to the slaughter and consumption of life, and the warring bloodlust that we seem to allow our governments to do. But we'll figure it out, and I know there's ways we can help each other through all the changes. Kenny Given, welcome back to you, my brother. How are you today, sir?
Hi, Jack. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good. Thought I'd just drop by and hang out in El Barrio, Jack, with a can of Coke Zero. I liked what you were saying earlier. We need to find the flaws and discrepancies within ourselves and what we're doing that's making our own lives worse. Like you spoke about your alcohol consumption before. I gave up drinking alcohol 15 years ago. You know, I lost some weight and I kind of put on a little bit more because of the heat wave. So when there's a heat wave, I tend to eat ice cream. And then I think to myself, if I'm having ice cream, well, I may as well have pizza. And that leads to, well, if I'm having pizza, a bit of chocolate's not going to make much difference anyway, so I may as well just pack it all on, you know? So I need to get back on the keto diet again. So yeah, it's important. The real revolution starts with making your own life better.
Hey, when you were speaking, you were
nothing.
Speaking...
Let me finish. I'm not finished.
I apologize.
Nothing's more important.
I apologize.
It's okay. I'll let you back on. Nothing's more important than your health. If you're a CEO of a company and you're earning £500,000 or dollars a year, Jesus, Carl, I'll accept your apology. Okay. You know, and if you're obese and you're drinking yourself into oblivion, and you have a heart attack or get diagnosed with diabetes, with all your money, your wealth and success is not going to matter a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The real wealth is your health. You can control that. Nobody else can control that. Unless, of course, you're forced to live in somewhere like Chernobyl. That's a different story. There's external factors that are contributing to your ill health. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say for just now.
I had a question for you, real. I had a question. I think, you know, you were talking about giving up 15 years ago, alcohol, I think you said, sir?
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that when Vegan Gains gave up meat, he gave up women as well, or?
He has a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Vegan. I don't know much about Vegan Gains. You know, I'm currently on Tinder.
Well, I've always heard that when vegan,
I have heard it's more difficult.
I just heard you give up meat, you give up women. So I just heard you give up meat, you give up women.
No, Imperious, that is not the case. I assure you. Although, well, circumstances. Anyway, Kenny, I agree with you. Health. It's not just our physical health. To have to have true physical health and to feel that physical health, we got to do the work in our minds and our hearts as well.
The way I do it is through stoicism.
You got to work your heart by running, Jack. Running, exercise, I think is a good thing to keep you healthy. As the guy was saying, Kenny, you know, exercise. Jack, I think, you know, love is part of that. Self-love is exercise too, and keep us each in shape. You know, I think, Jack, after you work out, don't you feel positive for the rest of the day? Don't you have that like energy of positivity you want to spread to the world? I think that's a good thing we should really tell people to do. Self-love of keeping yourself in shape, eating well. You know, don't feed into the corporations their pre-produced foods and their and their prepackaged, chemicals that they're killing you in. I mean, have you read some of these damn boxes, Jack, that are on this shit? Have you read the of what is in some of this food, Jack? I mean, it makes me sick, Jack. No wonder, like, my dad's 70 and he has like no gray. Like, Jack, I've got grays. I'm 40.
We can fix it.
Jack, I'm gonna be getting out of here. I wanna just say a parting word, which is that they're feeding 90 billion land animals with the water and food that humans can eat, and 30,000 children die of starvation every day. If you claim to care about what happens to humans, then stop breeding animals, because there's plenty of food for humans to eat. They're just feeding it to the animals. Also, if you're going to compare the terrible working conditions that some humans have to endure to that of a furrowing crate that a pig has to lay in, or a packed-in factory farm that chickens have to endure, I don't think, if you look at those images, that you really can compare. But that's all I have to say.
Seen a uranium mine? Have you seen a uranium mine?
Right. Thank you for joining Vegan Equilibrium. Appreciate
it. I just want to say, I mean, I have sympathy for animals. God told us we should care for the animals. We should respect them. But at the same time, Jack, like, what I'm saying is that, Jack, 95 or 97% of all species were extinct before we got here. Nature is a very, very cruel judge, Jack. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, it is.
Welcome,
the vegan on vegan violence was nice to listen to.
Jack, do you think they would make spears of like grass tipped spears because they don't want to hurt anybody, or what? Leaf tipped spears?
Imagine being so successful at providing for your basic needs that people then start voluntarily starving themselves.
Well, it's the same thing with like immigration. Like, it's so good here. Just bring the worst people here and just let's see what happens.
And let's not forget gender dysphoria.
Yep. Let's do the craziest stuff because it's so easy here. Like, we got to shake things up. We're bored. I mean, look, we got Mariah here. She's, a troon. I mean, Anyways, Jack, how are you, Jack? I mean, have you been watching Dusty? I mean,
I don't know.
You haven't watched Dusty?
Jack is normally asleep when I'm on, but if he was a good friend, he'd be listening to me while he sleeps. That way, I get to watch those, and he gets the subconscious programming while he sleeps.
If only I was a better friend. Golly geez, how many times have I heard that?
From me, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Mostly because you didn't invite me to 9 Inch Nails. You're not going to live that down.
It's all right.
I saw 9 Inch Nails with Bowie.
I mean, I've seen 9 Inch Nails before. I just didn't know they were on tour. I didn't know Talcott was going until like after it was over.
Talcott probably got front row seats too.
Yeah, he never said a goddamn thing to me. Do you know how fast I would have jumped on a plane for a night and just been like, "Fuck yes, we're going to 9 Inch Nails with Talcott"?
I hadn't even thought to invite. Next time.
It's the polarity of Talcott's message versus Reznor's message is phenomenal. I love that.
Well, good, bad.
Well, I got to go, y'all. I mean, it was a pleasure coming up, meeting all y'all, and y'all take care and take care of each other.
Hey, Shelton, sincerely, thank you.
Good one.
I hope you found a little bit of encouragement and something positive with your time. Thank you, sincerely.
Later, y'all.
Peace. And I know, Dusty, you just showed up. I actually do have plans coming up this evening.
What?
What's her name, Jack? What's her name? What's her name, player? Come on, Jack.
That's yet to be determined.
He's got a list. Oh, I gotta go.
He's probably finally getting that Paul enslaved date that he's always wanted. I saw Paul's been. He's had like a generic stream up all day. Okay,
Jack Bay,
Imperious,
Jack
I'll
Bay.
talk at the same time, and you talk at the same time, and then we'll both talk. Let's go. 1, 2. Hold on. Unmute. 1, 2.
Go ahead. You were
God damn
talking
it.
about Paul.
Oh yeah, I noticed that he was streaming or he just had like songs looping on a stream with a banner that said, donate to me. But he wouldn't. So I mean, if Paul's on hard times, and if you've got a date tonight, I can only put 1 and 2 together. And
No,
Tonight, that's a normal thing, dude. Jack's got a list. You just heard it, bro.
I mean, but he's really been like,
bitter?
Paul is the man for him. Like, let's just be real.
No, but listen though, dude. The guy that gets the most women is the guy that's just doing his own thing, not talking, keeping it under the radar, bro. It's the one that doesn't get talked about. He doesn't want any. He's just going about his business, railing left and right, dude.
I mean, I hear you, but I don't think that you're hearing me because we're talking about some seriously closeted gay men.
No, I'm talking about Jack railing women.
Did Jack just said right?
I'm talking about Jack railing women. What are you talking? Why are you associating?
I'm talking about Jack railing Paul.
You two are having different conversations.
Oh, okay. I was talking about Jack railing women.
Yeah. We were just talking past each other.
Yes.
But Jack confirmed my theory, so that's crazy.
No, it's not like that. But Paul is.
Paul acts like a woman. Did you see him scream when the cops put the cuffs on him? He squealed.
He's got some bitterness within him that I know he'd be happier without, and I actually think I could help him with it. But he likes his bitterness more than me, so fuck, let him be.
Scorn caught.
Well, Jack,
so
you guys, did you almost bump a camera?
Earlier on that you were going to plan to overthrow Donald Trump.
Yeah, my cat stood on the camera.
That would have been a catastrophe.
How are you going to change Donald Trump's path? I heard a little anti-Donald Trump rebellion earlier on, so I'm curious as to what course of action are you going to take, or how do you think he's
gonna with Jack's wisdom, he's
my
gonna influence
policy.
it. No, literally, Jack's an influence, dude. If you talk to Jack he's told you this, he'll get in your mind, and then once Jack gets in your mind, he'll get into your heart, and into your heart, into your soul.
Happy birthday, Donald.
Yeah, happy birthday, Donald. I want to give him a birthday present, but I figured it's not yet time. I'll give him a belated birthday.
No sodomizing the president.
Well, it looks like he's close to finalizing a deal with Iran. But I don't know
I call cap. I think
they cannot be trusted.
He just pumped the market for the weekend. That's all he did.
Right. He's in over his head. He's started shit and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's getting some bad advice from the people around him. Right?
He's just causing anger. He's letting anger take control. Anger and fear, Jack, and not love. See, Jack, you got love tonight. You're not going to pop any kind of anger. You're going to pop some girls. You're going to pop some kids. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jack. Come on, man. You got a lot. You got that, Jack.
Please, Chuck, thank you for the contribution. I took this out of the Powder Dusty Fund, he says. Is he just trying to be an instigator, or?
Yeah, I just abused my wrench. I timed him out in chat for 5 minutes. Like, oops.
Yes, I love it. No, I'm sorry. That is the wrong reaction.
Hey, he shouldn't have fucked around, and he wouldn't have found out.
It's he is. He's trying to provoke, trying to divide. That's that devilish quality that we find.
Well, it's more paradoxical than that. He's trying to also make peace as well. This is his statement. Let me read out his statement after Israel attacked Beirut. And he had told them not to because he feels people are sensing that Israel are maybe trying to scupper a deal between America and Iran taking place. He said, this morning's attack on Beirut should not have happened, particularly on a special day when we are so close to a peace deal with Iran. Israel has the right to defend itself against threats, but the attack it was responding to was very small and meaningless. Nobody was hurt, injured, or killed, and should not disrupt this important process. We are very close to a deal that will bring peace to the region, including to Lebanon, and on all sides should stand down. There should be no more attacks by Israel anywhere in Lebanon. but there should be no more attacks by any other party, including Hezbollah, against Israel. This could be the beginning of a long and beautiful...
Are you reading the whole press release?
No, just his tweet, his true social release. Let's not blow it. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So there, he is showing signs that he's good at diplomacy and a desire to achieve peace.
I disagree. I think he's pretending. He's putting on a performance.
Disagree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think,
disagree.
Honestly, I'm a Trump supporter on this.
You have an ideological...
No, listen, I'm a Trump
dislike
supporter
of Donald Trump.
Bro, no,
you don't like the Republican MAGA base.
I am MAGA, and I'll tell you.
That's what I'm getting here.
Can I tell you, since I'm part of
it? Sucker imperious.
Can I answer him?
Is Kenny in a classic rock band?
Let Imperious respond.
Okay, listen to me. I support Trump. I'm not a sycophant, but I support, and no, he's been completely incompetent on this Iran thing. You don't number one, you don't show weakness by saying, okay, it's peace, and the other side doesn't agree to the peace, and you're saying, and you're scrambling for public relations bullshit. Look, if you're going to have a war, I'm a very firm on this, that peace is through direct destruction of the enemy as quick as possible to minimize casualties.
Show weakness when Iran's navy are sitting at the bottom of the sea.
Can I finish?
All the warships are gone. He's annihilated their air force.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay. If you know any history of that country, like I do, I was engaged to a Persian woman. That country will never surrender.
My ex-girlfriend's Persian.
That country will. How many people did they lose in the Iran-Iraq war?
Tell me.
They're not going to surrender. This war will never be Trump entered a war that he didn't understand the region and how these people are, that they're not going to surrender like that. And that unless he was going to do a full-blown invasion like Iraq, there's no way that was ever going to happen, that what he was doing was going to change that regime there. Yeah. He doesn't understand that.
I think that this is about disrupting the oil pipeline from Iran to China.
No, it's bigger than that. It has to do with Israel too. It has to do with Russia as well.
Well, everything's connected to everything.
It's interconnected. Right. If you go to the YouTube channel, Promethean Action, they explain it there very well, actually. It's two old ladies. They're from New Jersey. They're really great. Promethean Action on YouTube.
It's all connected, and there's a lot of innocent people that are dying and suffering because of proxy wars, right? The conflict between Russia and Ukraine, it's truly a proxy war between NATO, which is funded greatly by the United States, and then we can also consider that through the enabling of Israel, right? That's a proxy war in the Middle East too. And so we're involved in all these conflicts and the issues in Sudan that have been getting worse and continuing for so long too. That's just another proxy war. We've got these corporations and governments funding people to be at war with each other. Let's put an end to it, because I don't trust Donald Trump as being honest, Kenny. Not with Pete Hegseth and the other. Not with the track record, but I truly believe, it's in my heart, I believe in what God is doing with me and with this idea that maybe there is a way to show this other side and help Donald Trump do what he said he was going to do. Let's help him become an honest man.
For Hillary and Bill.
I think he's done a great job. I think that Donald Trump's done a great job with the Abraham Accords and normalizing relationships between Saudi Arabia, economic cooperation.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Jared Kushner in those accords and the guys, there is layers and levels and so much corruption in this current administration between the family affairs and the pay to play politics that's right in front of our face.
You wanted to get something
like to educate us about it, Jack. Tell us more.
It's the Southern
I want to learn from you. Tell me more.
Bro, it's because if you wanted to get something done, you would put Special Envoy Jack Talcott to the Middle East that really wants peace.
No.
Not some guy who has an interest in keeping war going because most of your stock is in military industrial corporations.
Imperius,
Jack
hush
wants
yourself.
peace.
Hush yourself. This is all the Southern Strategy 2.0. Are you familiar with the Southern Strategy? This
What is
Take slaves and lose wars.
What does the Civil War have to do with it? What are you talking about, bro?
This is MAGA's strategy. This is Trump's strategy to mind control by appealing.
I'm gonna mute you for a bit, Zillzone. Thank you.
Well, you was
I appreciate it.
I mean,
know.
he was on kind of a he was cooking something. I don't know if it was something good, but it was something that was.
He was offering explanations.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where it lands.
Silence the truth. It's okay. It's okay.
That's what everybody
Jack,
gets.
You're the president of the United States. Tell me what you would do different from Donald Trump as far as the Middle East thing is concerned, but relations between Israel and
I love
Gulf
you, Chuck.
and I'd like to know what you think Donald Trump is doing wrong and what you think he should be doing differently.
Thank you. Real brief, Chuck, thank you again for the contributions. I don't do those, but Imperius, please, at least 5 minutes.
You can kick me off for 5 minutes, Jack. I'll be back in 5.
Well,
for the money.
why is Imperius so nice today? This is weird.
Because I love Jack, bro.
Did you get laid?
Yeah.
No, Jack's love. It's Jack's love. It's reverent.
All right.
Thank you. It is. He's
He's on. Nice Imperius is kind of creepy. And thank you, Chuck. And keys for Chuck. Can we get Chuck the keys still? Like, how long do I got to bug you for this?
Not yet. When the
so
timing is
give
ready.
in, Jack.
No, peer pressure doesn't work. Reasoning, right? Facts.
I don't know if
what
reasoning is what works either.
Ask
But
you to give me an example of what you would do differently.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. So what I see Donald Trump doing is he's representing America in his way. In his way of thinking, what makes someone great is wealth and authority. Okay, he's achieved the authority. Him and his family
You need
are
power to
growing
make
in
change in this world. You need money and power to make change in this world.
Only
Yeah,
if you
quiet.
buy into
Let
the
Jack-
bankers. Only if you buy into the banker system, and this is what I don't think Donald Trump or the majority
Well,
of
Occupy Wall Street tried it in 2012 and
No,
they
no.
failed.
No, Kenny, it's about influence, Kenny, it's about influence, and money buys a lot of influence, okay?
Let Jack answer the question, please.
Well, here's if I was with Donald Trump or had his position, the first thing I would do is go to a joint session of Congress and say, men and women, it's time for this Republican and Democrat stuff to end. It's
I
time
know
for
the
us-
uniparty.
Well, it's time for us to care about what is true, more important than the profits. If we put life ahead of profits, we will let the truth guide our choices instead of these people in authority. Does that make sense?
You have such a dictator's instinct.
Well, transparency is the only thing I'm suggesting, and then it's not a dictator, then it's a group effort. We work together. We get the most qualified, the most educated, the most intelligent people to work together, and we solve the world's problems together.
I hear you.
When you say get rid of the Republican Democrat paradigm, do you mean like a one-party system like they have in China?
Well, here's what I've learned in my spiritual development and my belief of who we are. There is a truth in our unity. We are all one experience here on earth. So if we unify together with love, we won't be at war with each other.
So then no dissenting voices would be tolerated and they'd be tossed out, yeah?
No,
They'd be recycled.
No, they'd be understood. They'd be heard. We can do a better job of listening to one another.
Yeah, they'll
but
be understood over there, way over there.
They'll be understood so they can be reformed.
They'll be understood on Mars, right? You send them to Mars,
No, that's too far away. We don't want to waste all that.
Understood, but it would be ignored when
Logistics
it
are
comes
wrong.
to
We can
actually making
capture them here.
action and making a decision.
Yes. Well, my understanding is prior to the major banking systems, I don't have all the details worked out, but I understand in some of the now the term's not coming to my mind. The tradesmen had ways in the past, from what I understand, of evaluating fairness. They worked together to determine what was fair for the labor that they were doing.
Well,
for what they
bartering
were
was a thing. Bartering, you had to value everything, right? Similar, like trading services. How do you value a service?
Jack's talking about like an industry pricing standard.
Oh, okay.
Well, we look out for one another to make sure that things are fair. And I mean, if we have, I'm not opposed to businesses, and I'm not opposed to people working together to provide a service or create a product. That's what creates a better world for us, right?
Capitalism is
when people work together.
Yeah,
that's capitalism.
Jack likes communism. No, I think Jack likes communism.
I know he does.
Yeah.
Here, Imperious, thank you again for the generosity.
It's just because he doesn't understand economics well enough yet.
Well, no. The thing is,
in Plato's Republic. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Jack, be quiet for a second, Jack. So Christian communism.
Ballsy. Go ahead.
I'll let him continue in just a moment.
Okay, that was pretty. That's kind of ballsy move there of him.
Yeah, I do that. So I think the idea of Christian communism could actually work. That's where people actually have integrity, and they actually care about the full group.
That is such a like. When I hear Christians talk about how they have integrity, it's like why don't you lay on your back and throw your legs over your face so you can suck yourself off? Every group thinks
I'm not playing.
Every group thinks they're the ones that have integrity. You realize that, right?
Hold on. Sure, but no, I do believe that Jesus's values. If everyone in the community looked out for each other and loved each other as much as themselves, and such as, then communism could actually work. But we
have perfect history of Christianity not producing the kind of loving society you think, and of communism not producing prosperity. Neither of these systems work for utopia.
But early Christians did do Christian communism. Early Christians did live under communism.
Christians were all broke and they were lying food.
Please stop.
Maybe they were broken. That helps. But go ahead,
Joe. So I get what you're saying, and I agree. And Dusty, just because the past looked one way does not mean that it cannot be different.
Yeah, and but it gives me good reason not to try.
I have said time and again that my view, what I'm seeing in the world is there is a spiritual revival. There is an awakening of consciousness. And as people start seeing and acting more with love, it will be just what Zil was talking about.
You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that we're going to have such a spiritual awakening that that fire will stop burning us. So if we just start lighting ourselves on fire now, even though it's burned us in the past, it will stop burning us.
Would you stop?
What?
That's just
use some logic for once.
Entertaining yourself.
I am. I'm using Jack's logic.
No, you're not. No, you're not. What you did is you just created a straw man to mock what I'm saying.
I created a comparable scenario. You're telling me that I should ignore the past and hope of the future, even though we've got a ton of data on these proposals from the past. And so I'm saying, okay, I'll ignore it if you ignore something from the past, just because you've been burned before.
You're defining what I'm suggesting with those words, and then you create the argument that since you define what I'm saying by those things of the past, that it won't work. But I'm saying no, it's different.
Yeah.
Can I say something
it's
here?
Different.
The fire's different too.
Quickly.
Go ahead, Kenny, please.
Yeah. So one of Trump's strategies in the Middle East is the use of the AI zone. The administration has championed massive technology and infrastructure deals. Okay, Jack left. 1 second. Let me finish. Hear me out. infrastructure deals such as multi-billion-dollar partnerships with Saudi Arabia and the UAE to build advanced artificial intelligence hubs. Supporters argue that anchoring the Gulf's
Why are you just reading us fucking press releases, bro?
Let me fucking finish, cunt.
This autistic news anchor is boring.
It's no press release, it's my findings. Now shut up and let me finish.
Is this Grok or Chat GPT?
Right. It doesn't matter. Just let me finish and hear me out.
Please.
Jack gave me the authority.
Yes.
He said I could, so you hear me out and don't interrupt me.
The authority? Whoa.
Supporters argue that anchoring the Gulf's economic future to American tech integration outfoxes geopolitical rivals like China while driving modernization and job growth in the region. It's a genius strategy by Trump.
No, sir.
Do you have any thoughts to add to it on your
firing a shot?
Can I hear, guys? I get where you're coming from, but Kenny waits very patiently. That's something I've noticed.
Doesn't. What are you talking about?
Look up New Harmony, Indiana. They tried this concept twice.
Holy shit, Chuck.
Okay. Oops, I'm sorry.
Keys for Chuck.
You should be.
Kenny, my concern with what you're saying.
Sorry, sucker.
My concern with what I hear you saying is, I see what the billionaire tech boys are doing, right? And it's not in mankind's best interest. Palantir and, well, the United States, and not just the United States, many of the governments have been funding and creating these surveillance systems to, under the guise of safety and protecting freedom from the terrorists. Our governments have become enemies of our freedoms because we are creating a police state with all that surveillance. So, Kenny, the way I see the uncontrolled development of the technology, it's perfectly working for the owning class, not for our freedoms. You see that?
Understand what you're saying there, but one thing about AI and things being automated by artificial intelligence is that it bypasses human corruption and human greed, because a lot of the problems in the world are like because of other humans who have too much wealth, too much power, skewed ideologies, bloodthirst. Right. If we can bypass that by automation systems, artificial intelligence, then
may I say something real quick? I
might be wrong.
Only if it's the N word.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Talcott. Peace and blessings. That is not what I wanted to say. Kenny, there's one issue, and I'm mad at Dennison and Chuck for not bringing it up about data centers in the Middle East. It's the fucking heat, brother. You have to cool those things down with the sheer massive amounts of water. It's not going to work.
I just got here, OG. Give me a break.
Never. But that's all I came up to say is think about that for a second. And I will add this. Corruption is a human issue. Doesn't matter what color of skin, what religion, what time period you're in. All people are prone to corruption. Thank you for having me up, Mr. Talcott. You have a wonderful show. I may be back up later if allowed, but I just wanted to point that out.
Have a good one, sucker.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your thoughts. But, yeah, they do improvise these AI hubs by pumping extra water and advancing their cooling systems. They're well aware of the risks by using extra energy and the extra heat that's generated from artificial intelligence.
Right, but there are environmental impacts here in the U.S. It's being witnessed and documented. These corporations and these data centers, the government is not protecting the people from the corporate greed. And if we want data centers in our community, then it should be the community that decides it. Regarding the Middle East and the deployment of advanced technology, I mean, that's really what war is about. During these conflicts in Russia and Israel.
Didn't the communities in America vote in Donald Trump, though, knowing that was going to be his policy? He expressed a strong emphasis on AI in his manifesto.
Yeah, hold on. You know what's
during his
wrong
campaign.
about?
So the community has already voted for it.
Hold yourself.
They didn't understand.
You know what's wrong
This
with
guy's a
AI
fed.
and war? You know, shut your ass up. You know what's wrong with AI and war is
Suck
it's
on it.
automating.
Suck on it.
It's automating.
Suck on it, you green bitch.
The problem
Whoa.
with AI and war. Control yourself, child. Please. Before I have to
get to the
backhand
point.
you.
Just get
Do
to
I
the
have
point.
to kick the shin? Okay. The problem with AI
You can't
and
get
war,
me, fag.
Spit it out.
you can keep coming at me, kid. The problem with AI and war is that it automates killing humans, and this is a problem. We don't want actual Terminator to happen. Skynet and automated
you're a
machines
pussy.
just going to kill humans. This is not going to be good for humanity. And Powder Dusty, I noticed that you're so animated about this. Are you in love with the robot?
Have you ever fucked a robot? I didn't think so. Don't knock until you tried it.
It sounds like you might be in love with the
Phil,
robot.
Phil, please stop. Okay.
What do you think, Jack?
Rein it in, Jack. Rein it in.
Well, I do feel like the time is drawing to a conclusion.
I just got here.
I've got
Me too.
Wired as fuck.
I'd like to sing a song if that's all right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hell, I've been MIA for a while,
no
so I'm
fucking
glad
way.
he's back.
I want to keep going on finding Gnosis. I'm gonna keep running on finding Gnosis.
Oh, the vegan,
do
vegan
what you're
show.
gonna do, man.
Look, I'm going to sing a song for you before you get off, all right?
Hey, Kenny.
It's a song that echoes your sentiments and your spirituality and what you
Kenny,
want
shut
for the
up
world.
first. How about that?
Please. Well, Kenny, let's have you share us a song nearing the way out. But let me offer. Be patient for a little bit. Let's let the others offer some final words first, if you don't mind. Zill, how about you?
Yeah, you can shut up too, Jack. No, I mean, what's up, man? You sucker. You piece of garbage. But hey, no, I mean that endearingly. Hey, don't kick me. No.
Zill, go take your Adderall.
We're all garbage here. It's okay.
Are you drunk again, Zill?
What? Me?
Actually, thank you for joining, Zill. It's been another interesting and fun experience. I appreciate you. Anyone else?
I kind of want to hear the Fed sing a song.
All right, beautiful. I'm getting set to redirect over to DNW. I could have done that a lot earlier, but
And if you get a chance, look up New Harmony, Indiana. They tried this concept twice, and you can see what the result was when they did it. Just for a little background information.
Okay. Is it I'm assuming since you're offering it, it's probably an example of a failed attempt?
Well, it kind of falls in line with the concept you're putting out there. We might have to tweak it a little bit to make it fit today's society, but it might work. Who knows?
You didn't answer my question, though.
It won't work.
What's
It didn't
that?
work in the past. It won't work in the future. I got you, Chuck. It won't work in the future.
Right.
It's never worked before.
And they tried it twice because I researched the hell out of that one.
All right. Great. Thanks, Chuck. What was the name
Good time
again?
for a song.
I didn't really.
New Harmony, Indiana.
All right. Thanks.
Sounds
for
like
the
a
info.
rehab center.
No, there's some rich guy got a compound, made himself boss.
Oh, well, then that's absolutely nothing like what I'm talking about. So thanks for the idea, Chuck. I appreciate you. Have a great night, brother.
All right.
Anything else? Peace. Thank you. Tell you what, Denizen, you want to stick around or you got final words? Stick around for Kenny's offering.
Denizen might have fell asleep. He said earlier he needed to take a nap.
You may have. I'm going to drop Denizen now. Kenny, feel free, my brother. I'm going to give you the center stage, if you will.
Thank you. Okay, so this song that I'm going to sing is by Elvis Presley, and it's called If I Can Dream. And in the film by Baz Luhrmann, when Austin Butler plays the part of Elvis, before he closes the 1968 comeback special with this song, which was written in the wake of the assassination of Martin Luther King, and Bobby Kennedy had got shot as well, and people just felt like America as a country was decaying, and they needed some kind of hope and inspiration. So they got Elvis to sing this song. And before Elvis breaks into the song, he recalls when a reverend once told him, when things are too dangerous to say, sing. There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why, oh why can't my dream come true? Oh why there must be peace and understanding sometimes. Strong winds of promise that will blow away the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on everyone, tell me why. Oh, why? Oh, why won't that sun appear? Thank you. Good night.
Much love to you, brother. Sincerely.
Love to you too, Jack. Love to everyone who believes in faith and humanity and peace and wants to build a better world.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey, Kenny Given of the Kenny Given Show on YouTube and maybe elsewhere. This is a unique.
You've drawn in a new crowd lately, haven't you?
In great part from, I believe, promotion by DMW. He's been very supportive and encouraging folks to join. So I think that's
right
what
on.
Kenny.
Well, I'll let DMW have the last word. Thanks for having me up. I wish I'd gotten here in time to I guess antagonize the other vegan, whoever that was. Shout out to Chuck for sliding me a few donos. Also, keys for Chuck. And Kenny doesn't seem like a bad guy, but he's definitely a Fed.
He's got a good heart, and thank you, Powder Dusty, of course. DNW, you there?
Yes.
Here, actually, I've got two more in the back. Here. JG, sorry, you were in the back for a little bit.
Yeah, you could have just said, JG, 20 minutes. I would have patiently waited.
I didn't mean to leave you back there for so long.
It's getting old, man.
All right.
But Christos is doing a live stream later. I'm going to talk about the first time I was molested by a nun. Interesting stuff. The Sisters of St. Joseph. 3 of them molested me.
Sorry to hear that, brother. Well, I hope sharing it may yeah, I don't know when you're true or when you're performing, JG. So, God bless. Apparently Christos is streaming later. I forgot to ask Powder Dusty, and we are set to head over to DNW's Finding Gnosis channel. Thoughts from you, brother, before I head out?
Yeah. No thoughts, Jack. Feelings. And
please.
I can't quite communicate the feeling of harmony, of togetherness, of unison. It's a spiritual phenomenon, and I felt it today on the Jack Talcott show. Togetherness, one direction towards goodness, towards a better future. Thank you, Jack, for making that possible. Thank you very much.
Much love. Thank you sincerely for joining. I'm going to drop you out and wrap this up. And folks, we will be heading over to join D&W over there for those who wish to continue. So thank you again, sir. I really, really need to get out of here. That was my plan to actually be done about 10 minutes ago, but Jesus Pantheon.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having listening, Jack, and love the chat. Moving from mouth. Love the chat in the background. Thank you for everybody, and I just, because I said I'd say hi and pop on. Thank you for everything, and we'll speak soon. Yeah.
Okay. Having trouble hearing you, but I think I got it. I'm going to drop you out, and maybe we will chat soon or later. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, to all of you who became a part of today's conversations and found your way here, thank you sincerely. In the reminder in the back, when God is all you have, blind faith, the profound decision to trust his presence, right? God's presence. Trusting in God's presence, trusting that God has prepared you and brought you to what you are facing. You know, you can convince yourself to detach from the spirit of fear. And I am convinced here in this world at this time, the spirit of fear is losing power. It's losing control. We are the generation here to bring forth this new era of light and enlightenment, and walking with love is the way. And I'm grateful to all of you who joined me today as we walk with love through our times together. Snafu Snaps, I see you in the back, brother, but today's not the day. Not going to promote it, unfortunately. And you're probably here in peace, but it's time. I got to get out of here. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, thank you again. Share love wherever you go. Until next time, choose love. Peace for everyone. And you are part of everyone. Walk with faith and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless. Peace.